My name is Alan Steinfeld, and I'm very, very happy to have on my show tonight someone I feel like really gotten to know by reading her book, Angels in My Hair. This is a woman who actually sees angels. I mean, I've spoken to lots of people on this program who say they are in touch with certain levels of consciousness, but reading this book and meeting her in person, I really feel like there's something real about what you're doing. Her name is Lorna Byrne, and thank you so much for being here.
I'm delighted to be here with you.
You see angels like you're seeing them now.
Yeah, I see them physically as I see you sitting there in the chair, and I see the light of your guardian angel right behind you, and I see that beautiful angel that I saw the last day.
Last time you saw me, yes.
I see that angel just standing right there. And just before the program went on and all the fuss, I was watching an angel at the door.
Yes.
You know, this beautiful angel that was showing like an orange colour.
Yes.
You know, given a male appearance, and just waving. You know, in that.
Who was that angel?
No particular angel. That's the thing you have to remember. It's your guardian angel that is always behind you.
Behind everybody.
Behind everybody. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, what faith. I see the light of the guardian angel behind every single human being. I have never seen anyone, man, woman or child, without that light behind a person. And people just say to me, you know, what is the light? The light is the guardian angel. It's just when I was a child, a lot of the time the guardian angel opened up. You know, that light opened up and they gave an appearance, a human appearance of themselves. They're extremely beautiful. But I found it too much.
That light was too much as a child.
Was too much. So they only do it on occasions. For a particular reason, I could be sitting, you know, in a bus or a taxi and suddenly the light of a guardian angel could open up behind someone, you know, and I always remember one particular sad and yet joyful time in Dublin when that happened. It was parents, you know, with the child, you know, and both parents' guardian angel opened up, and so did the child. And the child's guardian angel was just so beautiful. All as I could say, like a daisy, you know, and so gentle and loving towards the child. And the guardian angel told me, you know, that this child is not going to stay forever. I thought it was so sad, but yet I thought it was so beautiful because the parents were listening to their guardian angel as well, and they were spending all their time with their child. You know, so it's always so important to listen.
How do we listen to because you talk about, you know, everyone has one, they're here to guide us and comfort us, and how do we?
I had to say, to me, it's of course so simple.
Of course, because
you know,
you were born with that. You thought everyone.
Well, as a child, I thought everyone could see the angels. Now you have to remember, when I was only an infant, I saw them. I always say from the moment I opened my eyes. But now I didn't know they were angels because I was so young.
What did you think they were as a child?
I just thought they were just like my mom and dad. You know. Just people, you know, except my mum and dad walked around, except as an infant and that, you know, they were always above me. And I was always trying to reach up and catch them, touch them, you know, but I never could. And I suppose it's just so natural to me. I think the first thing a person should do is just say to themselves, you know, what have I got to lose, whether they believe or not? Because I say to you, you have nothing to lose, only to gain, just to discover that there's more to yourself.
We do it? How would we start to hear this inner voice in a way?
We all hear it. But each and every one of us do, but we ignore it most of the time.
So it's like that whisper where we know something?
It is, yeah, it's like that whisper, it's like that feeling a person gets, you know, if suddenly a thought comes into your head, and it's kind of, I just say they're great teachers, and they say even these flowers here.
Even though they're artificial.
You know, artificial, I know. And they say, you know, just move them. don't look for a reason, because
if you get that voice to just I mean, if you get that,
then just move them.
if you just get that impulse, we might not know why.
Exactly, but they're teaching you so that when something is important, you will actually respond to it. It's like when you know you're meant to go right, but all your friends are saying, no, that's the wrong decision, go left, this is the way. But deep down in you know it is right, but you actually don't listen, you go left.
Right.
And afterwards you're hitting yourself, you're saying, I knew. Every time you make that mistake, give yourself a pinch.
Right, because then
and say, next time, I'll try and do it, no matter how simple a thing it is that they're asking you to do.
You know, in this book, which is written so beautifully, and in your voice, I feel like it's you that's speaking through these words. You talk about how your family thought you were retarded. And that, I mean, it hurts you, but you were so in this other world. I mean, I could say of you that you are in the world, but not of the world. I've never met anyone I could actually say that about, because you're a true mystic, visionary, and you've been trained your whole life to see these other realms.
I suppose, you know, angels are real. I see them physically like I see you, you know, and it's just so natural to me. It's normal. Right. So when I write, the angels are with me, helping me. So I only can tell people what they have taught me. And you have to remember, they are my best friends, my teachers and my companions. And my parents were told by the doctor, you know, that I was retarded. So I didn't get any education.
Right.
You know, I was, I can't say that word properly now even. All these years I still can't say it, dyslexic.
Dyslexic.
Yeah, you have it. And way back in Ireland in the 50s then, they didn't know what that was. So if a child had any learning difficulties or seemed slow, they were just branded, in a sense. And the angels had told me from the very beginning to keep it a secret, to tell no one. And you know, when you're a child, you just don't keep that secret, and I'm so glad they did tell me to keep it a secret.
You know what I said to you when I met you? It's like you're functioning your right brain. I mean, that, and it's like you're so just intuitive, like that other part really doesn't function in the world, it doesn't need to.
Well, I don't know about my right.
It just seems you're so in touch with some other realm. So why, I mean, I know you're in touch with angels, so why do we come into the world if we just go back to the source? And
well, we all come from heaven. That's the way I explain it. And we're that tiny little speck of light. I don't know exactly why we come. It's like we want to come.
But why?
You know, to live life, to live in the human being that God has created.
And what does that do for our soul?
It gives a great joy.
But
you know, your soul is very, very beautiful. You know, an angel is only a creature created by God.
So an angel doesn't have a soul?
No.
It doesn't?
No, an angel doesn't have, and that's why I have to smile. That is one reason why your guardian angel is the gatekeeper of your soul, and that's another reason why your guardian angel never leaves you for 1 second.
But let me see, if an angel doesn't have a soul, yet
they're a creature.
They're a creature, but I don't know what...
I know that's hard to explain.
But I'm just trying to get what soul means then. It means...
A soul means that each soul is that little speck of light of God. You are actually that little portion, and that's why we have, what would you say, all the abilities that we don't realize that we have. We've just to grow that bit more spiritually. It's just like, you know, when I started to write, as a child, the angels used to say, you'll write about God and the angels. Of course, I took no notice.
Right.
But the angel Michael, when I was married and with my children, said, you know, you're getting near the time to write. And I just stopped wheeling the pram, looked at him like looking at you and saying, listen, I can't read or write properly, never mind, write any book.
Right.
You know, and
but it's become a bestseller, though.
Yeah, he just said help would come. And, you know, when all that unfolded and started to happen, and when I actually started to travel, I started to see the world for the first time. And of course, Europe was the first place, and the people. And I'm just so fascinated. But the first time I came to America, I got such a, the angels had said, it will be different. But they never told me how different.
How different is it?
I'm still seeing how different it is. It's incredible. The first time I came, I suppose, getting off the plane, when the door was opened and I was there, at the steps to go down, I could see just such vibration. And I don't see that anywhere else.
Here in this country.
America is the new world. As a child, the angels used to tell me it is the new world. And of course, I didn't understand what they meant. But now I'm beginning to see and understand.
That there's a vibration here that's not in other places.
Yes, and it is the American people. It's not the country itself.
Not the land.
No, it's the American people. These are so, when I was standing there and then saw, what would you call the man working at the airport in his suit and all, and just saw the vibration coming from him.
And it's different than Europe.
It is. Yous are different, and yous have to remember yous have been gathered from all over the world for centuries. You're the new race.
You talked about gathering angels that have brought all the races of the world here.
Exactly. Think about it. All of you are, and they're still gathering. They're still gathering people and bringing them here. And
we have a president like Obama, who I think is a good guy, and he's here to do something that he's probably not actually actualized yet.
He's trying hard. I have to smile because, I don't follow politics.
Right.
But the angels did bring it to my attention when the election was going on. And I said to them, but it's no point you giving me anyone's name, I won't remember it even. And I can't remember exactly whether it was the TV screen or it was paper, and they pointed him out to me. And he was like, that's Obama, but he was way down the line.
Right, in the early part of
And the angel said, if they can get the people to listen in America, he should be president. And I remember every now and then, as the months passed, watching and seeing him moving up. And it was so amazing. The part that's amazing to me, not that he got elected, but that the American people listened.
And what are we supposed to do? Okay, we have this vibration here, and we're leaders. But what are we supposed to do? Because you've also said the angels have shown you possible futures. Let's talk about that and what we in this role here are supposed to.
Well, the American people are so open. And every time I come back to America, even this time I've come back to America, I have been shown that you are even more open from the first time I came. And it is to allow yourselves to continue growing that way, to become more open, because you have the ability spiritually. And it is from America, from the people in America, from your president, from all of you, that you, what would you say, is mold the world.
We mold it.
That's just another way to describe. You mold it to for the future of mankind. So I know I have been shown so many great futures, but I have been shown some bad ones.
And we have to choose what future.
We have to choose. And it is just like, I think it was like a test, really. Obama being voted in, to become a president, because he's meant to be there. And the most powerful and wonderful thing is that most of the American people listened.
Right.
And you did vote him in, but now he does need your help and support.
But how do we also, as people, as individuals, take the next step? I mean, you talk about prayer and...
Well, prayer is very, very powerful. So I would say you should pray. Pray to God. Whatever religion you are, it doesn't matter. Just pray and just ask. You can just call out and say, come on now, we need America to become stronger. The people of America have to become stronger. You have to show that power, that leadership again.
In what way? I mean, I'm not. I mean, is there anything concrete we can?
Well, you have shown it in. I don't want to go back to Obama again.
But that was a start. But now how do we?
That was the start, and I suppose maybe it is to continue to support decisions, or when decisions you all know are wrong, or 99% of the population feel is wrong, but maybe the business part feel it's not, you know, because they're looking for the material thing. I think when you need to stand up to be counted, use that strength and don't be afraid.
Stand up for what we know is right. Take a political stance against corruption and big business. It's like, you know, say this must stop, but don't do it violently, because there is no need. It's, you know, you're so peaceful in your book. There's a lot of love in this book, and I mean, you have constant companionship and guidance. And can we all sort of start to see what you see? Is it possible to live?
I believe, yes, I believe. You know, I just say if I can see, like I'm looking around here.
Yeah, what are you seeing here?
I'm seeing angels standing in a half circle just here in front of us.
Who are you seeing? Any particular angels?
Well, I have to say, for just a moment, the angel Michael has stood there, just for a moment, just to give me.
He's your guy.
As a child, I never knew he was an archangel. It was only the time when he, you know, just revealed himself a little bit, and then when he gave me the prayer, you know.
Right. I want you to say that prayer too.
Will I say the prayer now?
Yeah, say the prayer now. Then you can say that.
It's prayer of thy healing angels that's carried from God by Michael, thy archangel. Pour out thy healing angels, thy heavenly host, upon all the American people. Let them feel the beam of thy healing angels upon them, the light of your healing hand, and let the healing begin all the ways that the American people need it for the future. And it is, you know, the light of God, and it is his healing hand. It's not actually the angels, but the angel is carrying it and having his healing angels around you while this is happening.
But you're living in a whole other dimension in a way, and a whole other reality, and I think we are starting to shift the vibration where we can live in that place.
And we need to shift that, because part of the future of man, and it does come from the American people, because you were races all gathered together from all around the world, even from Africa, where, you know, the African was brought over and turned into a slave, and I know that was totally wrong. And that's hard to understand.
But here they are now.
They're here now.
India, China, just everywhere. They're all here, and here we are, this time with the race. That's what I love about taking the subway. Everyone's there.
Yes, exactly. and we have the American Native Indian that has been here all of the time, you know, who has another side of spirituality as well to give out.
So all the races are here. We are the melting pot, and we can do something, because it's time humanity comes together as a whole being.
Yeah, and we're doing that. I had to just say, you know, I wish you would hurry up, you know, and trust. You know, some of the future I see where, you know, the children, and I know ability is in some people already, you know, telepathically they will be able to talk to their parents no matter where they are and hear them clearly, like a telephone, if you know what I mean, in that way, you know. And I have seen children, you know, cross rivers, you know, without a bridge.
Is there a new breed of children also coming to the world, do you feel? Some people say that.
Yes, because children are more open now.
You
know, you can see it in them. You know, and you have to remember, children have just come from heaven, and of course very young children see angels, but we have to be careful that we don't close it down.
Right, as adults.
Us adults
close them,
close, because we tell them, you know, unless it's real, like this table, You know, we don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
You know, some parents would say their child, you know, might speak and say, you know, their granddad, or they might say, I saw an angel. And I would say to the parents, your child has to develop this in their way. There's no adult in the world at the moment ready to teach them how to develop it properly. You know, but that will come.
If it's allowed to develop in them. Yes.
And it is at the moment when a parent notices within the child, they should listen to the child, not run down the child.
Right.
You know, but we do run them down.
No, I know. But so you're saying to parents, encourage your children to trust their instincts, their intuitive knowing, and encourage that, really.
Yeah. You should encourage it, but don't interfere with it.
Could you tell us one of the possible futures, one of the positive futures that you see, what the planet will look like?
Well, it's like a complete change of the planet.
What do you say?
Is one of the possible futures. It's like the air becomes so clear. You know, even the grass that grows, the plants, the trees, the waters, all pollution seems to disappear. And somehow we manage, because of evolution, because of our body and soul. You know, it is part of evolution coming closer. We're kind of out here, but some of us are getting closer. You know, I see it all the time. You know, and it is to let your soul come forward. But that's a beautiful world.
And it's possible.
Oh, it is possible. And you know, we have such a beautiful future ahead of us if we all listen, if we allow ourselves to develop spiritually, if we could stop running down and criticizing each other and reaching out to help each other. It is, you know, that love that will help, that smile. You know,
just smiling at somebody.
Yeah, because we're all at different stages spiritually. You know, and sometimes maybe someone at a particular stage themselves will say something to you. And if you know a little bit more than them, it doesn't mean you run them down. It doesn't mean you have to allow them to grow. It's like a plant, and we are growing.
We are.
We are growing because the angels are just working so hard.
Can you talk about what happens at this time of year, this holiday time, what you see? You said there's a special energy that comes.
There ever since I as small as I can remember, let's say, you know, Christmas time, I used to always see the angels, just thousands of them coming and just flying over homes.
At Christmas time.
At Christmas time, and just dropping these balls of light. And I didn't know what they were when I was a small child, you know, but I did learn, you know, they dropped these balls of light to actually help to bring back, you know, that goodness that we need for Christmas, to share that spark of light, you know. But as well as that, you know, I used to see this other angel.
Who is that?
You know, and this angel is fantastic. They are a group of angels, that's, you know, but there is an abundance of them.
Of a particular type of angel.
Of a particular type of angel, and they come at this time of the year.
There's still this time, this special group.
This particular time, it's kind of, I always say, I start to see them at the beginning or the middle of November and right into the new year.
Yes.
And then they're gone. But how can I describe them? I'm still, you know, trying to find words to describe them. They are very large, and yet they're so gentle, and they're so full of love, and they're kind of real blocky. It's the only way I can,
bulky, you mean?
Yeah, and they all give this male, masculine appearance, but they wear kind of like, I don't know whether you would call it a cloak or a gown, but it is heavy. It always looks heavy. It looks dark, but it has colour, like deep colours within it.
What are they here for?
I'll just finish the gown, and the gown has, you know, these gold threads going through it. And the most wonderful thing when you see them is that you see the light of the angel through the gold threads. But they come to the earth different than any other angel I have seen.
And what do they do here?
They touch our souls for this time of the year.
They touch.
Literally walk among us, touching. Like, I see them.
You see, are they here?
Yes, and I see them outside, and their numbers are still growing. And they walk among us and touch us.
And what does it do to touch our soul?
It's to touch our soul. It's kind of to bring that love back in, that this is a very special time of the year, not just for me, for Christmas because I'm a Catholic, but for all religions, because it's like the beginning and the end of the new.
Right, the
and
light,
the old,
the solstice. Yes.
And all of that. And it's like as if they walk, as if they're walking down a mountain. Like the other day in the restaurant when I met you.
Yeah, what did we see?
We were talking, and all of a sudden I looked the window. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could see one walking down.
While we were talking?
While we were talking, and I give the smile, if you know what I mean, because I get distracted. And I said, wow, and they're still coming down, and they leave the same way and disappear. Where other angels, it's like as if they fall down. They come so quickly. But these kind of, they
kind of slowly,
and it is as if they're walking down the mountain, and then just watching them walking among the people, no matter how packed the street is, and they're touching. It's like as if, if I could put my hand into you, they're touching your soul.
And giving us light and lighting us up.
They are doing that, and they're filling with you with love and compassion to try and bring that forward for this time.
We're almost out of time. I could talk to you for a long time. I'm talking to Lorna Byrne, the author of this book, Angel in My Hair, a really beautiful book. Can we just end with a prayer for everybody to tune in and just pull in some angels?
I'm going to ask for healing for everyone, and for joy this Christmas as much as possible, and for all that's unspoken in everyone's mind, and all that is unspoken in your heart as well. But I ask now for the angels to give each and every one of you a sign in some way that you will recognize for yourself as you leave here today or tonight, and as you travel home from work, and as you wake in the morning, even if an angel will enter into your dream. Amen. Okay?
Thank you so much.
So just let those gifts in everyone just grow. Use them within your life.
Thank you, Lorna.
It makes life so easy.
Thank you for your service.